Hi, it's me. It's like 9 something, Sunday night before Columbus Day. And I haven't started the Chronicles of Chrissy on YouTube, on my new channel, Chronicles of Chrissy. I left out the Crazy Chrissy because I figured people will just insert that in the future if they actually watch this. Sadly, YouTube is like upgraded and they have a studio app and it's all more complicated. And my son, who's the tech geek, he finally has a life of his own, driving, and I mean, he is a junior in high school, so he's at the races right now. Well, the races are over, NASCAR. Yeah, he's a big NASCAR fan. Again, it's the circumstances that surround us. But yes, we are NASCAR fans, and we root for the McDonald's car, #1. But he never wins, and I heard he just dropped from the car. Like, I think he dropped his contract, so I don't know. But anyway, I can tolerate the Daytona 500. It's kind of fun. We go with the motor coach, and so we're in the motor coach, I don't know, parking lot, I don't know what you call it. And so over the years, if you have the same space, like, you get to know the people around you. And so it's in Daytona. It's called the Daytona 500. It's every February. And if you would have asked me about this years ago, I would have looked at you like, I'm sorry, what? Yankees, what? So anyway, I can tolerate Daytona 500, but I can't. I can't go to every fucking race, watching car. I'm not into it. It really doesn't thrill me. It's sad because actually the thrill of NASCAR, the actual sport, is when there's a crash. That's like, oh my God, and who got out and who has to go to the pit and whatever. So anyway, I can tolerate once a year Daytona 500. I can't. So my son and my man go to at least a dozen races during the year, all over. Right now they're in Delaware, Dover, Delaware. I have been there, but again, and I hope you can't see the stuff that pops up on my screen like I can. I'll learn. I know my lighting is not good. I don't care. I'm using the phone when my laptop is literally right over there on the table along with all my calendars. So the tech geek has a life, and I have to figure this shit out for myself. I have to say, unless you have a 9 to 5, or not even, unless you're literally have a career that plants you in front of the computer for the majority of the day, and you're using certain operating systems, it's very hard to keep up to date with technology. And I used to be like the technology queen. When I was younger, when my kids were younger, I was the one who set up all the surround sounds and the wireless this and the wireless that. It's still kind of like that today. For example, we get hit with lightning a lot. We don't know where, but we have a lot of grounded wires. It's a Chrissy scientific experiment because no one will actually listen to me. The house that I live in, I literally change the router at least once every 6 to 8 weeks because it literally blows out. We have had numerous quote-unquote cable connections going into various rooms that have been blown out. Every time it fucking rains and there's thunder and lightning, our gate goes, thank you, Bella, my dog, just just walks in. Just, uh, just look. Oh, you can't see anything. Bella, really? Where'd you go? Literally just like pushes the door open. Where is it? Yeah. Scary. Hey, Mama. Okay. So anyway, he can't help me. What was I saying? Fuck. I don't remember. But that reminds me that I realized I cannot have the Chronicles of Chrissy be chronological. It just can't be, because my life is so crazy that, as professionals have said recently, Bella, they can't even see you because you're black. You're so black they can't even tell you're there. I was talking about the races, Daytona 500. I love Daytona because we have all our like people around us, and a lot of people bring their dogs, and they're like middle America, not even. They're like, I don't know, hillbillies. They're all fucking hillbillies. And you know what? Shout out to all my hillbilly friends, because I have a few of them, and a few of them are on Facebook with me. And I will say the one thing about NASCAR, and I know I'm probably all over the place, but the one thing about NASCAR is they actually call it the Great American Race. I don't know if they just call the Daytona 500 that, or the whole thing the Great American Race, but honestly, it is the most patriotic sport, if you consider it a sport or whatever it is. It is so patriotic. And it's not just the jets and the performers singing the national anthem, and you can literally feel like the unity, and it's so different than New York. And it was the first time in my life that one day I realized, I'm trying to think where I was. It wasn't even at Daytona 500. Like, I always had the feeling at Daytona 500, but I think we were at Charlotte, North Carolina, maybe? It's not Charlotte, is it? Whatever. Somewhere, somewhere out there. NASCAR patriotic, my kid's into it. I don't know the drivers, whatever. Funny story, probably shouldn't put it on here, but you know me, I don't give a fuck. So my son used to, like, when we were at Daytona 500, because we take the motor coach down, and it took me years to get accustomed to it. It used to be an all-guy thing, and then it became like a family thing, and, you know, like, it's great. The camper's great. Like, it can sleep, like, a lot of people, has a full kitchen, but it requires someone having to fucking cook. But then you set up, when you get there, you set up the barbecue and your chairs and your this. There's some people go crazy. They have like lights and it's insane. Like, some people wait all year. And like, some people spend all their money just to go to the Daytona 500. It's insane. It has such a following, it's weird. Only because I didn't grow up knowing anything about it. But, like, for example, cornhole, we play cornhole with all the neighbors, and we all drink. Everyone's fucking drunk. People walk into different campers at like 4 in the morning. They don't know where they are. Like, it's insane. But it's great. Everybody's so friendly. Everybody's so nice. Everybody helps each other. Everybody feeds each other. It's just like one non-stop camping extravaganza, except that you go deaf and watch cars go around and around and around and around and around. So, okay, I don't know what the point of that was, but that's NASCAR. And that's why Aiden can't help. Oh, the pool. So when we're in Daytona 500, Aiden always comes in the camper and sits at the kitchen table and writes down some, I don't know. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, I'm doing the pool. So, you know, I came from the Bronx. Um, you know, so I'm like, wait a second, what? He's like, oh, we do a little pool, just blah, blah, blah. No. It turns out there's like 25 hillbillies, and Aiden is running the pool. Running meaning writing down everybody, making a chart, etc. If he can't print it, he's handwriting it, blah, 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 do, do, do. Accepting and paying money on apps. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So, of course, I have no backing. And he doesn't realize there's anything wrong with this. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that this is illegal. And no matter what you call it, you're doing gambling. And he's like, what are you talking about? Thinking that gambling was like machines, like Vegas. And I'm trying to explain to him now my 1980s upbringing of numbers. And what taking numbers was. So basically, my son's been taking numbers on cars for 3 years. So since he was 13. And quite recently, he was busy and he didn't get something in on time. And one of the drunk hillbillies fucking knocked him out in the text or voicemail. I don't know. He told me, he was like, it was bad. I have to make a decision. And so he wrote and sent out an email that said, you know, I'm sorry, but I can no longer do this, and I have a lot going on. I'm only years old, and so that's over. But he's still there. Okay. Also, I started to say I can't do my story in chronological order, and for those of you who have been trying to watch, I don't know how many, because on the YouTube analytics page, it states that I only have 5 subscribers and that 100 and something non-subscribers have watched the previous uploaded videos that were from before I even tried to make this page or the chronicle. So when I tried to make my first ever chronicle, which was great, it was great not because of me, I don't know, I hope it was okay, but it doesn't matter. So it was great because the ending literally gave you guys an inside view to my life without me expecting it, and I can't ever make that up. So that's why I tried so hard to get it back on. But apparently I had my Spotify playlist playing in the background and it was low. But the video had me, again, it was the first time I used my laptop video cam ever. And I've had the laptop now a while. But it picked up the Spotify playlist louder than my voice. So I didn't realize while I was recording, and then it uploaded, and when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, like half of it literally. Nah, I'm just fucking with you, but that's what it sounded like. But there was music in the back. So it got, whatever, it got like blocked because apparently it said not whatever. So then I tried to upload it with, I do not own the rights or copyright or whatever, and no, it kept getting denied. Well, at the end of that video, I was literally all like, had the right lighting, my hair was down, I cared. Again, it was my first introduction, like it was gonna be the Chronicles of Chrissy, which then we realized, when I say we, I've spoken to other people, and other people have reached out to me from all different facets. It's really kind of sad but funny. Like sometimes if someone says to me, oh, me and my husband, we just laugh when we see you on Facebook. We are just you're so funny, and my husband thinks you should have a show. And I'm like the thought of that later is like, wait a second, what? Because sometimes it's a totally like straight ass couple that you would never think even has a sense of humor, let alone is watching your videos, which are few and far between on Facebook. I mean, come on, it's not like I video every day. So maybe now I will if people like it. If not, I don't know. Stop watching if you're not a fucking subscriber. Just subscribe. Stop. Be real. So, anyway, I don't know. My fucking dog is... Now, for that, I'll turn on the light. This is my Mocha Moo, and she's very sick. And in January, she'll be 14. And you all know I lost my Buster this year, and ever since Buster went, she hasn't been very well. This is her daughter, her and Odie. Yeah. She's 9. Absolutely psychotic. Total nut job. Are you a nut job? Sit. What do you want me to do? You're a good girl. She has a bite like her father, Odie. See that face? That's her father. Oh, hi, Mama. You okay? You okay? That's my life. That's all I got. These dogs. And now let's talk about my kids. Let's talk about this one. Right when my brain processes, my life is very crazy. Everyone who knows me knows this. It's always been crazy. So when I was at a certain age, people used to try to convince me that, yes, I turned the light on. Whatever. I look like shit. I don't really care. No one's gonna watch this. My daughter, like you can't make this up. I can't think of anything else all day since this has happened. Which I think was like yesterday morning. No, Friday morning. Friday early morning. So my mind's all set for, every day I make lists. Every day. Every day. We have when I say we, the people that are in my close circle of quote unquote working, we make lists. We have lists that go on for pages and pages. And basically we just have to learn how to like go up and down and jump from one thing to the next thing. And it's almost like ADD on a daily basis, but you have to be like prepared for the ADD. So you have to be prepared to skip from number 3 to 27, and then if you find yourself near number 3, you might throw that in to cross off the list if there's time. If not, you concentrate on 27 all day, and then the next day, depending on the circumstance, you pick whichever one you're going to concentrate on then. And again, it all depends on the boss and what he wants and what his brain is saying and doing. And so it's almost like a fucking daily dose of ADD. And so someone like me who okay, so I'm ready for this. I have my list. I'm doing this. And then there's always something like catastrophic, or as the therapist says, always something with a magnitude so high that I can't ignore it. So it's not me, always making a big deal of things. No, it's always something with a magnitude, quote unquote, so high that I cannot ignore it. For example, waking up Friday morning to everybody in the house kind of like, did you get Kayla's call? Did you get Kayla's call? Did you get Kayla's call? And then speaking to my daughter, and her telling me before I've had any coffee, early on a Friday morning, but my kid didn't have school because, I don't know, they gave him 2 days off for Columbus Day, Friday and Monday. Okay, so waking up to my daughter telling me that someone broke into the house, but they don't understand how because the door's still locked, and the two girls that are with hers, she had two girls with her. Her ex-roommates stay at the apartment with her. And the last time I was there, I actually said, shouldn't they stay in their own dorm? Because they're obviously not helping you clean. Because when I came back, I had to clean and whatever. She hasn't even been there a month. We just signed the lease on the 10th. We got furniture, and she probably was not even fully moved in until like the 15th of September. So we had a problem with the dorm and her medication, which are refrigerated shots. I don't really understand because surely they have some diabetics. She can't be the only one who gets a medication delivered for a refrigerator. Anyway, so she's right across the street where there's like 50% of the population are students at the college, and then there's, assorted people. It's a complex, and Florida complexes tend to be like, they have a pool, they have this, they have the gym, so it's one of those. It's supposed to be very safe because, I'm not going to say on here why, but there were reasons I confirmed, and this, I don't know how I missed this, other than I was in a total fucking shock and just going through the motions. I now feel like horrible parents. We live in the Bronx. All right, I don't live in the Bronx anymore. I grew up in the Bronx, and I have never heard of anybody breaking in while they were sleeping. God is good, because if she was alone